guys, I am a board certified Australian millennial. I have a Tamagotchi and you guys are going to follow me around while I do whatever the hell it is that I did this week on this vlog. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for being here and let's go.
I'm patiently waiting for that.
Alright guys, I've added a new introduction to my vlogs. I keep seeing all of these, I'm a board certified whatever it is. And now I understand that, you know, these people might actually be board certified whatevers. But the amount of TikTok, whatever social media board certified, you know, dermatologists or mental health or doctor or whatever the fuck they are. There are so many of them out there on the internet and they all start with, I'm a board certified whatever. Everything that they say, everything that they add in, do your own research on it. Don't just like blindly believe what these board certified people are. I'm a board certified Australian. Why? Because I'm born in Australia and I don't have a birth certificate. Why don't I have a birth certificate? Anyway, it's 5:30 a.m. On a Saturday morning and I've been sleeping like shit again as usual. It's a normal occurrence for me. But I got up at 3 a.m. after finally getting to sleep at 11 p.m. So I got up at 3 a.m. and I decided to film a Tamagotchi video. It has been something I've been meaning to do for a while and I finally got there and I did it and it was like an hour-long footage and I've just finished it, hence the makeup. So yeah, also I dyed my side shave and the fringe side, so like the I didn't obviously bleach or dye the actual bulk of my hair because I couldn't be bothered doing that. This is simple. I did this while I was having dinner. Like bleach in, eat my dinner, rinse it out, put this in, have a coffee, rinse it out. I was done. Then I went for a nap. The rest of the hair was going to take way too long. So that's another day's problem. But I wanted to cap off this vlog because we're done. Not a whole lot happened this week. We did go to the dog park the other day. I think I never finished off that vlog. I kind of started. I'm like, hey, we're going out type thing with Pickles. Never ended that. Get yourself a coffee. I don't actually have coffee left, but whatever, let's pretend. Get yourself some coffee, guys, and you pause this video, go get a drink, and then come back and we'll have a little story time. Ready? What do you have there? It looks good. Mine's not that great. It's just what I normally have. Anyway, so we went to the dog park. We went into town. We went to the dog park. It was not a bad day. It wasn't too hot, but it wasn't too cold. We got there, pulled up into the parking space, and there was 3 big dogs in the park already with, I think it was 3 people, 2 people, 3 people. Pickles is still new. We're still new with Pickles. Pickles is still new with us. We don't officially know what she is and isn't okay with. When it comes to other dogs, there is always that risk that the dog will act unpredictably. And if anything does happen to Pickles, and I know there's like the what ifs or whatever, but if anything did happen to Pickles with another dog, then that is 1, a traumatic event for her and us and everyone involved. 2, she may or may not get injured, meaning it's an expensive vet bill if it comes to that. And 3, it will throw her progress back a lot as well. I mean, we don't want that. So we're very cautious with what dogs we do interact with in the wild. And by wild, I mean contained dog park. So this particular day we waited for a little while and those 3 dogs were not leaving. The people weren't leaving. There's like a time limit when you go to the dog park. So if no one's waiting, fine, whatever. But if someone pulls up and waits to go and use the dog park, you normally cycle in. It's a bit like a gym, I guess. You're using a gym equipment, you do your sets, and then someone comes along and you're like, oh, okay, yep, cool, I'll finish up real quick if you're now wanting to use this machine. If no one's there to use it as long as you want. Someone else rolls up to use it, you kind of hurry up and finish up. So we waited about 10 minutes and they didn't, like, you know, leave. So we had to go to a different place. We came back and they were still there. I'm like, okay, so we got out and we were just walking around. one of the owners came up, a guy came up, and he's like, "Are you coming in?" And I said, "No, your dog's bigger. We're still not, used to stuff. She's still new. I've only had her 4 months, so we're still new." I go, "But we'll walk around the fence line and your dogs can like talk and stuff." So we did that. One dog, he said one of his dogs were boisterous and a little aggressive, and I'm like, yeah, and that is why we are not interacting with other dogs unless we know for sure that they're okay. There was another dog, there was a white dog, kind of followed us up and down the fence, and Pickles was like, I wouldn't say aggressive towards it, but she was a little standoffish and kind of like protective, if you will. I'm still learning her body language, but I was really studying it to see how she would behave. Her sounds are still... all of her sounds sound sad. Let's put it that way. She has a lot of crying and squealing kind of noises that are associated with good and bad and, asking and stuff like that. So we're still learning the different sounds, but she wasn't super happy with this other dog. We got to a point where we came back to the fence, like the gate. And this dog park has like a closed-in area. So you've got a gate, you go into a closed-in area, another gate before you go into the actual park. So there's like if a dog escapes, you've got that secondary fence to block it, which is great. We love that. We love that. There was another dog there, and I didn't realize at the time, but that dog was sitting up on the seat with its owner, and it wasn't participating with the other 2 dogs running around. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. She came over with her dog, and she's like, "Hi, is your dog super friendly or anything?" I'm like, well, we're still learning, but yeah, she's okay with, other dogs, but not off like running around boisterously. So she goes, "Well, I've got a dog named Peanut." It was like, I'm pretty sure it was a retriever or something or other. And she goes, here's a photo. I took a photo of Peanut. Here's Peanut, isn't it? Peanut's amazing. Peanut was a very soft, very gentle boy. He just kind of sat there, all goofy like. He was like, yeah, cool, whatever. She goes, he's not super into the rough play and the running around like the other 2 were doing. She goes, so he's kind of like sitting with me, we're just observing and everything and that. She goes, so Pickles might be good to get to know him. So we sat there. Peanut was swishing his tail and he was hitting Pickles in the face, and she didn't care. She was running around a bit and she was still very distracted by the other 2 dogs that were coming over and trying to get under the fence to get to her. She was trying to get to them, but not in a good, playful way, in like they weren't great together. I called her back a bunch of times. She was on the lead, but like to tell her to come to me, and she came up to me and she sat down and she looked up at me. Then she came to me and she rolled over, like in a submissive way, if you will. So that body language indicated that she wasn't too pleased with them, but she was very happy to listen to me and trusted me and was okay with how I was like handling the situation. So we ended up leaving that little corner. Once we were like, Pickles settled down a little bit. Once we settled down from there, the other dogs were running around yelling at each other and playing. Peanut, the owner, Peanut's human, and me and Pickles, we left that area. We were going back to the car park because, well, we weren't going in there because they weren't leaving. They were a little selfish, if you will. We're sitting in the car park. Pickles wasn't really phased at all by Peanut. Peanut's just like, yep, whatever, cool. He's got like maybe half a brain cell. He's cool. He's doing his own thing. So she put him in his car, and I said, do you want to exchange details so we could have a potential puppy play date in the future? And she goes, yeah, that would be amazing. So I don't know if it was kind of like, how you have 2 people interacting and there's like this aura of wanting something and you both want it, but you're too awkward and scared and nervous to say anything. There was a lot of that, and I felt that, and I'm like, when I said, do you want to exchange details? And she turned around and she's like, yeah, she was all excited. I have a feeling that was kind of something that was like floating around, like, the vibes of, this is a good connection. And, her and I were not like, random creepy dude or something with a dog. Kind of, we're happy to talk to each other and stuff. And she was very, very excited to exchange details. So she gave me a phone and she goes, here. So I put my name in. I got my name and Pickles. And she goes, oh, that's great. She goes, cool. So I said, text me and I can add you to my phone. So we did that. We both got in our cars and said goodbye. But when she got in her car, she quickly texted me back. So I had her number. And we went our separate ways. After that, we were looking for a natural like water hole to play in. Like, we didn't want to go swimming. We just wanted to like walk and paddle our feet in the water. But in my small town, there's nothing. We went like 30 minutes perimeter around the towns looking for like natural waterhole places. I found a creek, but it was very dangerous to get to, and unless I wanted to move stuff, and I'm like, nah, I'm not risking that. So we didn't end up doing that, but then we came home and went to sleep, and then this was her when I disturbed her because I had to get up. But that was the story of Pickles and Peanut, and I'm probably not going to vlog. Maybe I will. I'll do like segments or something if we do get around to having a play date. But as of right now, it's kind of like up in the air. We've got each other's details, we can message, and I think not next week, the week after, I might message her and be like, hey, we're heading to the dog park on whatever time at whatever day. Potentially, maybe you want to hang out? She did say that if the dog park's full, that we can just like walk around the local park area with the dogs. So that'll be good. That'll be cool. But yeah, it's very possible that I found Pickles a friend. And by association, me, a potential friend, human person thing with a fellow dog. But at the end of the day, we're doing it for the dogs, so that was fun. Anyway, that was the story of the other day, and yes, this whole board certified Australian millennial, I'm going to keep that, I think. I'm going to start my videos with that for the time being, because it's fun, and I'm poking fun at the board certified whatever's on TikTok a little bit, yes. I mean it in all good fun and, you know, with respect. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just, I keep seeing them, and yeah, most of them don't actually have genuine advice. They're just like, I'm a board certified whatever. I'm gonna go pack up all these Tamagotchis because I got them all out for the video. Original, Connection, Nano, and then we've got the Paradise and the Uni. And it turned out that, I mean, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen the video, go watch it when it gets released this week sometime. I ended the video by saying what I would suggest people get, and it ended up being the Uni. I even surprised myself with that because I have 4 of these, and I ended up being like, Uni guys, like if you have the money and you can find one, get yourself a Uni. Anyway, I'm wrapping this up. Thank you for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed this vlog. This was like sit down and have tea. Did you? You didn't drink much of your drink. You should probably drink some more. Did you have a cookie? Treat? Yeah, cool. Yep. Alright guys, I'm going. Thanks for watching. Check out my other vlogs over here, 2026 vlogs. This is week whatever. I think it's like week 8 or something in the year, something like that. 7, 8, something like that. But check out my other vlogs here. Check out last year's vlogs here, and while we were talking about Tamagotchis and stuff, check out the Tamagotchi playlist here. A bunch of different types of videos to do with the Tamagotchis, and yeah, cool. So yeah, anyway, cool. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you next week or around the internet. Until then, be good, be kind, be safe, and bye.